Good Saturday morning to everybody. Welcome to your next chapter, a production of The Heights at Avery Heights, a one-of-a-kind senior living community centrally located near the most entertaining and historical spots in Connecticut. And by the way, it's never too late to grow and enjoy new realms of the mind and heart. Your next chapter, well, it delves deep into topics that will improve the way we think about aging, senior living, and the retirement years altogether. It is time to celebrate our seniors, give them wholehearted encouragement to bravely step up to new experiences with optimism, inner peace, and the courage to never give up on growing. We will discuss exciting opportunities, important resources for older adults, financial well-being, senior living communities, and emotional health, along with the Heights senior living specialist, Siobhan Stefarelli. I'm George Clooney. I'm kidding. That was
you should have done Batman. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I want to be Iron Man. I am Iron Man. I love that.
I am Iron Man.
When Tony does that in the end of the movie, he goes, I am Iron Man.
He is.
I know.
That's Robert Downey, right?
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
You want to talk about a guy who turned his life around. You go back to the 90s.
Big time. He did that David Letterman show. I don't know if you watched that on Netflix. And Robert Downey, he goes to his farm. He has a farm. He has alpacas. Yeah, he's married. He has a farm.
Where is his farm?
Oh, I don't remember where it was.
It's not in California, is it?
I don't think it's California.
Where the
alpacas?
Yeah,
he's got all sorts of animals. There's all sorts of acres, and he's got little ones, and he's married. And
I know he's married. He's got kids.
Huge turnaround. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah,
I've always liked him. I liked him back in the day when he was part of the Brat Pack.
No.
Pack.
Well, was he?
Yeah, he was with Emilio Estevez.
The whole
Rob Lowe.
Yeah, Rob Lowe.
Demi Moore.
That's right. They were all in the Breakfast Club. And St. Elmo's Fire.
St. Elmo's Fire. That was so good.
That was a great movie.
And Less Than Zero.
Yeah, that's right. That's Robert Downey.
Pretty in Pink. Oh, because what's his name was in it too?
Anthony Michael. No, Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald. Yep.
Good guy, you're taking me back to like my high school days.
Yeah, those are good movies though. 16 Candles.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. I'm glad you bring
we got these pins going. Like
I know, right? I just let's hope that the ink doesn't splatter out here.
Yeah.
I had this conversation about 2 weeks ago with a good buddy of mine. They don't make comedies nowadays that
not like those.
Like if I were in high school now, back in high school in the 80s, we could go to the movies every week and see a comedy.
Yeah.
Now you could talk about the whole film industry where you can watch movies at home, and back when I was a kid, it was like HBO, and those movies came out 9 months prior to when you're getting them on HBO.
Yeah.
But I mean just the movies themselves. When was the last time they made a rip-roaring comedy? Where it's been years.
It's a lot. Well, I was watching this over the holidays. Daddy's Home. Those are good. With Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. There's like a Daddy's Home 1 and Daddy's Home 2.
I haven't even heard of it.
Oh, it's so funny. You got to watch it. There's Daddy's Home, and then there's Daddy's Home. Basically, they're both dads. And it was Will Ferrell's the stepdad. And then Mark Wahlberg's the actual dad of his two kids.
Okay.
And Mark Wahlberg shows up on his motorcycle.
But do you remember being in high school and they had high school, like Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Oh, yeah.
That was a high school movie about being in high school. And that's just one of them.
The lines from them, too, like the iconic lines where you could say, dude, was it with Sean Penn? Yeah.
Let's party.
Right. Yeah, the characters had more. Even further on, like Jerry Maguire. Show me the money. There was different stuff.
But that was in the 90s.
That was in the 90s.
That was kind of a dramedy, right? Comedy drama.
Kind of a combination, I think. There were some funny parts in that, especially when he was screaming, "Show me the money."
Well, that was the whole big line of the movie.
Come on, Jerry, show me. Yeah, that was
That was a great
with
movie.
Cuba.
I have that movie at home.
That's a good movie.
It is a great movie.
Yes, you had me at hello.
Yeah, that's at the end of the movie.
All these lines from that movie. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
They don't make.
You don't have any lines. Well, from the Marvel movies, like we were saying, I am Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah.
But that was stolen. I am Iron Man. That was a Black Sabbath song. Iron Man.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And I am Iron Man was the famous line in the song.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he just kind of took that, I think.
Did not know that.
I did not know that, Ed.
I did not know that.
Wild stuff. The things we learn. I don't know. I'm just being goofy. So how was your New Year's, by the way?
It was good.
I wanted to
It was
ask you.
good,
Did you
yeah.
do everything? How did your daughter enjoy her
She
time
did
at
well.
camp?
She stayed awake.
Good.
She did well. She was
nice.
in the lock-in. She stayed awake. Yeah, she enjoyed herself. She
And,
lear-
and your
yeah.
dinner? And did your sister come over?
She did not. We did a quiet dinner.
Okay.
But I did stay awake. Yeah, but we had
Saw the ball
steak.
drop?
We had some hibachi. Yeah, that's the way to do it, right?
That is the way to
But
do
you
it.
can't. The thing is, though, next year I cannot eat heavy because you eat heavy food. Well, it's actually not heavy, but it's a lot of food, and then you're tired.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to eat during the holidays, right?
I know.
mean, that's like the last big meal, and everybody starts their diet
See, every day,
tomorrow.
all day.
Fitness.
Yes.
You're going to start seeing commercials for like
Oh, yeah.
Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and gyms.
Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers. Where are you?
Are these like? Are they all out? I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm still living in the 80s.
What is it? Marie Osmond is Weight Watchers, right?
That's the sound. You
Or
thought me
Valerie,
late. That's
Valerie
like the
Bertinelli.
70s.
No, she does the commercials now. Valerie Bertinelli and Slim Fast.
Slim Fast.
Yes, Valerie.
I don't
yes, and Maria. Yeah, they do.
Marie
they do,
Osmond?
They do the commercials now. Yeah. Who else? Anthony Robbins, the motivational speaker. He does one of them. I don't know which one he does. He does.
He's
one
on
of
a
those
diet?
Too.
That guy's
He does
like-
one of those. Yeah, he does one of those.
Really?
Yeah, he does the commercials.
Did you notice? Remember that?
Oh, Rob Lowe's does it too. I don't know which one he does. Atkins. Yes, love Rob Lowe.
Why are these people who are pretty thin to begin with?
Yeah.
Like, why are they doing it? Really?
Yeah. Well, I think some of them
Put
struggled-
Jack Black in. Yeah, he should be doing. All right, I'm gonna do. Even like Valerie Bertinelli, she's kind of plumped up a little bit. Maybe put her on the diet.
Okay, I am not participating in this. I do not condone this.
Didn't?
Valerie Bertinelli's beautiful.
No, I'm not saying she's not, but she does a baking show too, doesn't she?
She does, and she cooks. I like her show actually. Yeah, yeah.
But what I liked about like the late like Kirstie Alley,
She was on was it One Day at a Time?
Yeah,
That's
she
way
was.
back. Yes,
But she was like a teenager then.
She was a teenager. then.
Kirstie Alley, who just passed away.
Oh, loved her.
Yeah, right? Me too.
Loved her. She was funny. Victoria's Closet.
In
She was
Cheers, of
in
course.
Cheers, but she was funnier in Victoria's Closet when she got her own thing. That was funnier.
She would do
I know.
Weight Watchers commercials
She was-
because she
yeah.
fluctuated with her weight.
And that's never like Luther Vandross. It's not good for you when you're doing the fluctuation thing.
What you want to talk about?
I think
what
he had a
voice
heart
he had.
attack or something like that from fluctuating with his weight. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. It weighs on your heart, especially back in the day. What was those pills? I can't remember what they were called. I think they started with a D. Those pills that they would take where it helps you to lose weight. It's like the water weight.
Be careful with those.
Yeah,
things.
I had a friend of mine actually who passed away in middle school. Was it middle school or high school? She was taking those pills. I think they started with a D. I can't remember the name of them, but they were not good for you.
Diuretics.
I think it was yes, but it was like a thing. It was and she took it and I think she had a heart attack. She passed away young, very young.
She died
Yeah, I'll never forget that. Yeah, yeah.
in middle school.
I think middle school or high school.
Or either, whatever.
I know it was in front of. I grew up in Bloomfield, so it was in front of the Wittenberry Pharmacy in Bloomfield. She passed away. She passed out and then she passed away. That's how much I remember.
my
Isn't it crazy how
goodness.
you remember stuff from childhood? I wasn't even there, but I can visualize. Yeah, yeah. And she was kind of heavy set, and I think she was trying to lose weight, and she was on those pills. Yeah, it's not good for your heart.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like
But even now, they don't have the pills, and people go up and down with their diet.
all those commercials are out now.
Oh yeah.
Who what's it?
That I can't read that. I'm Ephedra.
Oh, Ephedra.
Yes, I'm old. I can't read with my glasses on. Believe it or not.
Gracious. Stay
It's
away
like
from that
glasses are
stuff.
on and off. Thank you though.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Just join
yeah.
the-
Well,
just
any
join the
diet.
gym.
Well, anything like with diet, you have, and what I've learned is you have to like, you can't do the extremes because you see people. I saw someone the other day, and I'm obviously not going to mention their name, but they had done the stomach staple and so forth, and they lost a ton of weight,
Oh, yeah.
looked awesome. And I saw her the other day, and it's back, and it comes back doubled up. Yeah. So you
all
can't,
that money wasted.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty risky surgery, right?
Yeah, yeah. Some people just, I think, are just, and I'm thin, so I'm not going to comment too much on it. But I think you have to kind of regulate your diet and do it to what you can handle. Which some of the stuff we're going to talk about, like not with healthy resolutions, not. Don't choose a New Year's resolution that is just off the wall. Just choose something that you can do and it doesn't, like one of the ones we're going to talk about is quitting smoking. That's hard. And if that can just be almost like your only one that you do, but get help when you're doing it and celebrate your small victories.
So tough. All right, so today
Yeah.
we're going to cover some great topics.
Yes.
As you just kind of
Yes.
Since you led
I
me
segued.
into this.
I'm segueing.
Perfect segue. Look at you. That's right.
They've trained me well here. They've
well, you
trained
got a
me
background
well.
in radio. You know what a
I have a
segue
small
is.
background in radio.
How to stay healthy and happy this upcoming. I'm not touching that. This upcoming year, tried and true.
Yes.
We're going to outline for you some suggestions as far as how you can live each day more vibrantly, and maybe even, I'm not just physically healthy, but even mentally happy.
Yes, these are going to be. The ones we're going to talk about 8 potential, and you can make them your own resolutions that you can start. I'll start off by saying that again, attainable goals. So and make sure that you break the goals up. So for example, I just did a goal, and accountability group is a good idea as well. So I just joined a goal accountability group last year, and when I joined it, my goals were my budget. Were my spiritual health, and my, I don't tend to forgive people too well. I hold a lot of resentment. So those are my 3. But you got to break it up. I'm not going to all of a sudden be misforgiving. You know what I mean? My budget, I broke it up. So first I created a budget, and then stick to the budget. That's goal number 1, create it. Goal number 2 is stick to it. Then you got to adjust it so that you have small victories. So don't expect all of a sudden I'm going to be. And I did pretty good actually for last month, for the month of December. I was actually really proud of myself. I actually had, with Christmas, I had a nice amount of money left over, and it amazes me when I'm controlling my money how well that works. That's a victory. Celebrate that victory. Now maybe next month won't be as good. This month is my daughter's birthday, so maybe it won't go so well. But I got to look back at my victories, and you got to find there's always a victory somewhere in there. Yes, you might have done some stuff wrong, but you got to find the victories because the celebrations is going to make you keep going.
I wish I didn't hold grudges neither. That's a part I've always been like that.
And it's not worth it.
No,
it's not worth it.
I write people off. I'm like, I'm done with them.
And that's not worth it. It's hard. I do too. I like to just write them off. I'm done with you.
Well, but see, there's no energy. I'm relieved because I won't try to maintain the relationship. I'm just like, when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Yeah. And it's like a weight off of me. I won't even give you any thought.
But it's still in there. So it's not necessarily with that person, but it's with the next person. I was watching this show the other day where it was a husband and wife, and her dad had actually left the family. She had an affair and left the family. And so she was yelling at him because the dad did what he did.
That's an affair. That's a whole other arena.
But still, that's a big one. But still, it's like you have to you have to work those things out. You don't necessarily have to work it out with that person. You can still disconnect yourself because that's good boundaries. If they keep walking all over you, that's good boundaries. But you still have to work that out because it'll come out in your next. The next person could do something very. All this kid did was in the show that I was watching. He had dinner with his publicist who happened to be attractive. Now, granted, that is something to get uncomfortable with, but she was just like off the wall. And I'm like that too. I'm a jealous person, so I get it. But she was off the wall with jealousy because, but that was fueled with the jealousy from the dad.
Okay.
It was fueled with that.
Because if you got a business meeting and,
right.
and the person just happens to be attractive,
but she was
that's
irrational because she hadn't dealt with the fact. So you have to deal with it.
I think being upfront with your significant other, though, is
well, he lied.
Don't hide
and he lied.
He
did lie and
have
hide.
lunch with somebody.
He did lie and hide it, and that's not good either.
See, I think there's forgiving. And then there's things that are just not negotiable.
Well, and that's where you set your boundaries. There's this whole book. Desmond Tutu wrote it with his daughter. And there's a whole book, and there's like 7 steps to forgiveness. And one of them is tell the story, tell people. And then you go through these other steps. And the last step is you make a decision. So either that person's still going to be part of your life, or you're going to let them go, but you're going to let them go with the forgiveness. So they walk away with the forgiveness. And that's your decision. And whichever decision you go with, you have to make a decision to stick with it.
They can walk away without the forgiveness, and I can still carry on my life
you
without
can't.
carrying that
I know.
baggage.
I'm going to do something to you, and you're going to get so mad because you're still holding on to what that person did.
I would simply say we need somebody to fill in for Gary on the Saturdays.
You will not do that. I will haunt you.
I would just be like, I got other plans. I got to do something else.
No.
Yep.
No.
I would just walk away and be done.
This is going to be, so now I'm writing this down. This is going to be Gary forgiveness. We're going to work on this together.
Oh,
forgiveness.
Oh.
I'm going to purposely do stuff to you so you have to forgive me.
See.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, boy. That would really put
Or
me
am I? No. So the other thing is you have to time and patience because it takes 21 days to change a habit.
Does it really?
Yes, 21 days.
21 days.
21 days. And that's the whole recovery movement, too. That's the whole recovery movement, 21 days. So when you're clean that 21 days, that's an accomplishment. Yeah.
So
There's a Sandra Bullock movie, 21 Days.
is there a
Good movie.
science? There's a science behind like
There
once you
is.
get 21 days. They
Yes.
say that's pretty
There's
much.
research, 21 days to make a habit. And then after that, and it's true in some, like with my budget, I'll tell you, it took me a little bit. Like I was like cheating, but then I'm like, no, I'm going to, you got to stick to it. And now here.
But how do you cheat on your numbers are numbers? They don't lie.
You don't put it in the budget. Because what I do is I have the budget, like what I'm supposed to spend, and then I've got to keep tally, like what I spend on food, what I spend on clothes, whatever I spend.
Everything's gone up too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. $9 for eggs. I'm not even kidding. $16. $16. I don't even know what those eggs were. 16. And I'm standing next to this lady, and she's just picking out her eggs, and I'm like, dude, are you not seeing these prices? I ended up getting away with $6. A $6. I remember when eggs were like $1, $3. Who's paying $17 for eggs?
Please tell me you did not
I did,
spend
$6.
$9 on eggs.
$6.
$6 on eggs.
$6.
Even
That's a lot because sometimes you got, we're not big egg people. I was making cookies. This was last month. I was making holiday cookies. They came out so good, by the way. And I'm not a baker.
I know from the ones that you brought in. Yeah.
Well, I didn't because one of your goals, remember you said, was, watching your weight. So I was thinking of you. Do you forgive me?
For that, I'll forgive you for that. Well, that's
so you'll be here next week.
That's
so you'll be
trivial, though. That's true. I'm talking about there's certain things.
Yeah, there are certain things.
You mentioned the couple there had the affair. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's.
But you still have to forgive them. You got to read this book, Desmond Tutu. You still have to forgive them.
I remember the.
In this book, they talk about even forgiving people horrible stuff. With what is it? In South Africa, all that stuff that was going on, people were being raped and all that stuff. Apartheid. Yeah, they forgave those people. Like the daughter. This is why the daughter wrote the book with them, because she forgave stuff that happened. You forgive stuff. You have to forgive. I don't know how people do that and confront the person who did something horrible to them. And
it almost sounds like an AA 12-step program.
Yeah.
Confront the person who did you wrong to forgive them.
And
I don't want to open that box again, and I just assume let it go.
Freeing.
It's in the past.
It's so freeing. I actually went through.
But no, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Okay.
You say it's so freeing.
It is freeing.
But I can be freed.
But you're not.
I've made a conscious decision to just let it go and move on with my life, I do feel free.
But you only think you did. I'm telling you. Someone who knows. No, I'm telling you, for someone who knows. I'm telling you.
All right, go ahead.
It'll come out. It'll come out. You'll be yelling at someone about the most ridiculous thing, and you won't know why it's so fueled.
Well, you can share it with that person. But with the person that you say that's going to come out to.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I have to go back into my past and
no.
try to
No, you can write letters.
And,
you can do all sorts of stuff to let that out.
I'm not even going to open up that can of worms.
Oh, we got lots of work to do this year.
I got to get our producer, Jimmy J, to quit smoking. That's going to,
all right, we're writing it.
Yep. Write that down. You did. Gary forgiving Jimmy J. Look at this.
It's on the paper. If it's on the paper.
Everything. I'm forgiving for a lot of things. But come on, admit, there's a couple of things, folks, that you'd be like, nope.
You got to do it. You got to do it. I'm telling you, it is freeing. I actually went through a 12-step group, and I did the 12 steps, and I'm telling you, it's amazing. It was a group that was around my parents, and I'm telling you, it was so. I didn't realize how much was coming out in my relationships with people. That was because I forgave my parents. Because you know how you do that thing. Oh, they did the best they could. You walk around and you do that, and you say it, but do you really mean it? It's got to come from down somewhere. Yeah. Your core.
Your core? Your diaphragm?
Your diaphragm.
Yeah. Don't just sing from the voice. It's
Your
got to come
lungs,
from the
your
diaphragm.
Right.
Okay. So.
All right. So our 8 simple New Year's resolutions.
All right, so 8 simple rules.
All right. Keep a positive mindset.
I can do that.
All right.
What's so funny? I can. I don't. She's almost like she doesn't believe me.
So keep a positive mindset. And that doesn't mean that you don't, like I said, you got to process everything. Like with my budget, if I have a bad month this month, I got to come up with what are the wins for the month. So that's how you keep a positive mindset. That doesn't mean you walk around and you just stuff stuff.
Give me one moment, folks. You are listening to Your Next Chapter, a production of The Heights at Avery Heights, along with Siobhan Stefarelli. She is the Senior Living Specialist. I'm Gary Byron. And by the way, you can find them online at averyheights.org. Okay, awesome. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So a positive mindset is not just a good resolution to make. It's good because it's good for your health. It's good for chronic disease, memory loss. You recover quicker if you have injuries and so forth. And obviously, with older adults, as you get older, like even your injuries. Now like if I get a back pain, I'm like my husband. I think I mentioned before he fell off a roof, and he's still healing. And that was 2 months ago. And it's going to take him a while. I mean, he's able to function, but every once in a while, that's still.
I'll bet.
And so, if you have a positive mindset, they're saying research says that you heal faster. I know, right? Like,
I know, just by you saying that.
I know.
I have sciatic issues.
Oh, I had that when I was pregnant. That's horrible. That's horrible.
It's brutal.
Oh, literally down to the ground. Literally fell down to the ground, and I was on the floor. My husband came home, and he was just like, "What are you doing?"
But you don't have many more.
Every
Just during
once
your
in a while.
pregnancy.
Every once in a while. Well, he was right. My son was sitting right on something that
It's
flared up.
nerves
Yeah,
is what it is.
Horrible. Yeah. Every once in a while I have it, and it scares me because I'm hoping because that's tough. Yeah. Acupuncture.
That's what because I mentioned this on the morning show, and that's what somebody called up one morning and said, same thing, acupuncture.
There's a great place in Bloomfield. I think it's called. No, I'm doing a plug. It's called Many Rivers, and they're really good.
Well, there's a few places.
I used to have migraines, and they're really good.
Do you think that really works?
It did work. I had terrible migraines.
All right, what about chiropractic? Yeah, I feel the
I
same
am not
way.
participating in this.
No, I'm right there with you.
I love chiropractors.
I'm with her. All right, so go ahead. I'm sorry. So
All
what
right,
number
so
are we on now?
number 2,
Okay.
commit to 10 minutes of exercise daily.
Oh, we can do that.
Super simple. Yeah. I mean, you can even during your breaks, your commercial breaks, you can just do some jumping
No, I go for a
jacks.
walk. I'll go
there
for
you
a
go.
walk
Yeah.
or light jog or something.
Exercise is super
Sure.
important. Exercise
More than 10 minutes. I'll go
yes,
for it.
exercising daily is important. Obviously, it keeps you from aging. What's nice about our senior living community, the Heights, is that it's big, and people, oh, it's so big. That's great. I always tell people when I'm doing tours, that's awesome.
Walk the ground.
Because it's purposeful exercise, which is the best exercise. Purposeful exercise, because you can go and exercise, but when you have to like walk to the dining room, walk to the store, walk to an activity, it gets you moving. It's important. So exercise 10 minutes a day. I have my iWatch, so my iWatch tells
Seems
me
achievable.
it's very achievable.
Sure.
10 minutes a day.
What else?
Better dietary choices.
That's tough.
That diet, yeah.
I know.
You just have to make the better choice. It's hard. Like the other day, I got raspberries, and I tell my daughter that's nature's candy. So you have that, or I can have the candy. That or the candy. Sometimes the candy wins because my
Well,
husband's
there's
always
sugar in raspberry, too.
There
isn't
is
Strawberries
but-
and raspberries.
but it's
yeah.
not like the sugar. My husband always buys me gummies in my stocking, which I absolutely love. But I have to make that choice. Every once in a while, I got to go for the raspberries.
I like gummies.
I love gummies. They're so good.
I know.
I love chocolate mousse.
Oh, that's rich, though.
Creme brulee. I know. I only like certain desserts. Like you go to a restaurant, I like certain desserts. But you just have to make better choices.
can't even hear this
Vegetables every day. Fruits and vegetables every day. Lots of water. Go for the whole grain.
Okay, I can do that.
Brown rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of olive oil and avocado instead of cooking oil. Simple
right.
little things.
Okay.
And again, just little things.
I'm with you.
Little things. And if it's not in the house, you're less likely, right?
Don't even tempt yourself at the grocery store. Matter
Exactly.
of fact, don't go to a grocery store hungry. Remember that old
yes,
saying?
Yes, Grandma.
Why do I put up with this? You know why?
Because you forget.
Because I'm a
you
forgiving
forgive
guy.
Me, forgive me.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Oh, man. So we talked about quitting smoking.
Oh, Jimmy, it's mind over matter.
But don't go it alone. So I read, and I quit smoke, but I wasn't like, it's not fair because I was kind of like a social smoker. So like when I went out partying and stuff like that, and that's not
all.
fair. That's not really, that's kind of easier to give up. Although if I go out with my friends and they're sitting there with a drink
But it's addicting.
it is, it's the whole thing with the cigarette, the drink, it's the whole thing.
Well, it was
So, yeah.
fashionable, too, for a while.
It was very fashionable.
It was cool.
Yeah. So it's harder, I think, to quit smoking when it's a part of your life. But don't go it alone. Get a professional. Get a doctor. I think hypnotists, different things like that.
Well, they
can
only
help
have
with
like
that as well.
Nicorette gum and patches and things that will help you to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
those
you
are
have to
good
like
steps.
it's small commitments. You know, I'm gonna it's not the all or nothing thing. No white knuckling as they call it. The all or nothing. Play and spend time with kids. So your grandkids, your relatives. Volunteer somewhere. As an older adult, we try to bring a lot of kids into our community. Like we're having the teens come in. Try to play. Play with kids and have fun. And that's important. They say research shows that helps you as well. Helps you to stay young. I love playing with my grandson. And if you don't have grandkids or anything like that, play with your sister's, grandkids or whatever it is, or volunteer at a daycare or something to that effect where you're helping out little kids. Some reason little kids keep you young, and they kind of keep you going. All right, what have I got? Stimulate your mind.
Oh,
remember?
that's so important.
Yeah, remember we did that brain game. So
we have to.
Do crosswords, read, join a book club. Call up a friend and just have a topic. We were debating over forgiveness. That got my synapse going. I had to think of what is that book, who's their author. Just fun stuff like that. Book clubs are so much fun. So join, and we have several of them at the Heights. So if you don't have someone you can join a book club, you're always welcome to join one of our.
You
book
mentioned
clubs.
something about contacting old friends.
Yes.
That in
Yes.
itself could be kind of fun.
Yes. And it's so important, to reach out to your friends and stay connected. Socialization is so important. But reaching out to old friends,
For your mental health.
Yeah.
Making new friends, too.
Yes. Make new friends. I know reaching out to old friends. I know for myself, my old job, I worked there for 4 years, and I have it in my to-do calendar. Like every couple of months, I'll reach out either via Facebook, I'll send them an email, I'll call them up, I'll check in. And, they don't check in with me every once in a while as much, but it's really fun to do. I think it's super important. All those old stories. You can sit there. We sit here sometimes laughing, even though we didn't work at the same stations, but we sit here laughing about radio and back in the day and
to laugh about.
how things were. And it makes you smile.
What happens, though, if you hit a wall and you fail? Do you just get up, dust yourself off, and get right back up on that horse? Or do you just give up?
Right. And there's failure is only for a couple of minutes. You learn from the mistake. Okay. So what did I do? Like I told you with my budget, I wasn't putting everything in. I called myself cheating. I was only cheating on myself, right? So I have to put everything in. So if you fail, you come up with a different plan. Like the gym. The gym is actually going to be one of my goals this year. Yep.
All right.
So come up with a different plan. But this is important. Set your goals.
And the last one is?
That is the last
Do
one.
your best.
Do your best. Oh, yes. Do your best. Sorry, I forgot about that one. Do your best.
Can't forget.
Super important. Yeah.
Give
and your
it the
best
old,
is your best. Yep. Yep.
Try.
And your best is your best in that moment, too.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Well, yeah, for that moment.
For that moment. So your best, don't look back and go, oh, I messed up 3 years ago. Well, that was a person 3 years ago. Your best is your best in this moment. And you know what you know at this moment. So that is your best.
Well stated.
I know. I'm like Yoda here. I'm finished.
I'll be Obi-Wan then.
I'm finished.
Folks, you've been listening to the latest edition of. We got to wrap this up. We can do another half an hour. Your latest edition of Your Next Chapter, Senior Living, with Siobhan Cefarelli, the Heights Senior Living Specialist. Avery Heights. They are a beautiful senior living community, nestled within 43 acres of nature, right in the heart of the junction between West Hartford, Newington, and Hartford. And those who live there have access to a full continuum of care, including independent and assisted living, to memory care, and a whole lot more. Charming cottages with a true neighborhood feel. They're all available to rent adjacent to the main building where those who need more assistance reside. Please visit averyheights.org or call them at 860-953-1201. I'll repeat that for you. Write it down. Give them a call today. 860-953-1201 to learn more about their own special brand of community, unlike any other anywhere in Connecticut. For Siobhan Cefarelli, I'm Gary Byron. Thank you so much for listening to Your Next Chapter. Until next weekend, have a good one, everybody. So long.